Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today we're going to try something a bit different, and we're going to do a bunch of lands, and we're going to have Slowkirk, and we're going to see what weird stuff we can get ourselves into. Doing something a bit janky today, but it might just work out. Alright, so speaking of Slowkirk, for those who don't know what he is, it's a 3-mana 3/3 with Trample, but every time you have a land that goes to a graveyard, it gets a +1/+1, then you can remove 3 counters from Slowkirk to return them to your hand. And then if he ever leaves the battlefield, you get to return 3 lands from your graveyard. So lots of cycling of lands and bonuses here that could be really good. Speaking of which, we can play this alongside Titania. And when we have stuff going to the graveyard, it could make Titania a really good call. And speaking of calls, that actually reminds me of something else. Alright, let me take a few seconds to tell you about today's video partner, Mint Mobile. Yeah, the same one that's got this guy.
Hey there, it's Ryan Reynolds, owner of Mint Mobile.
You've probably seen them or heard of them before. Now, after going to several events over the past few months, I know a few things about y'all out there, and I know that you like to save time, you like to save money, and most of you have cell phones. Now, one of the best parts about Mint Mobile is it only takes about 15 minutes to sign up, and all you have to do is go over to mintmobile.com/PowrDragn. Once you're there, all you have to do is check your coverage area, and then just put in what type of phone you have. But then that's where you get to start saving money. You can sign up for as little as $15 a month, or you can sign up for $30 a month for unlimited talk and text on the largest 5G network in the US. So do yourself a favor, head over to mintmobile.com/PowrDragn, save yourself some money, and thanks again to Mint Mobile for being today's video partner. Okay, back to the deck list. So we're also going to be playing some Teachings of Kiran to try to put lands into the graveyard and see what we can make work with that. And then as we've been putting stuff into the graveyard, something like Deeproot Wayfinder could be really good here as well. One, also being a way for us to put lands into the graveyard to get triggers and stuff on Slowkirk, but could let us just effectively ramp up every turn by getting lands out of the graveyard and putting them back into play. Now, other than just getting these little fun combo-y things, we do need some things that we can at least ramp into. So we're going to be playing some Borgbrigmos and Fibblethip, 2 crazy names, but big 6/5. When it comes into play or attacks, you get to draw a card, and then if you have extra lands in your hand, you can discard those lands and deal some damage, which is awesome, especially if for some reason something happens to Slowkirk and then you return some lands in your hand. Great value, and if your opponent were to sweep the board, you could just pay a blue and a colorless to put this card back into your library, 3rd from the top. Kogla and Yudaro, I like this card. It gives us a way to remove some artifacts and enchantments. It can fight things. It can be a big trampler. So we like all this is doing. Atali, we all know this card's ridiculous at this point. It's a 3-for-1, almost every time. It is 3-for-1 every time, right? Just a big body, even if you never flip it. Titan of Industry, we're also playing one of these. We know what this card does. It removes artifacts, enchantments, gain life, make tokens. Just really, really good. And then to kind of help bring all of this together, we are going to be playing some Fable the Mirror Breaker because we're already in red, of course. And the card actually does a good bit of work for us. Again, being able to put stuff in the graveyard. And Reckoner Bankbuster as a way to draw cards, making sure we can hit all the things we want to hit. Now, there are a couple of other things I want to point out real quickly. One is that we're going to try playing Nissa, because if we are able to get extra lands into play, we would be getting extra colors, and that could help. And it is pseudo ramp as well, kind of like a Lotus Cobra. And then additionally, we're going to be playing the Elder Dragon War as a way to sweep things, because we don't have that many things with 2 toughness. So this is actually pretty good, and again, can be a way for us to get cards from our hand into our graveyard and help some of our interactions. But those are the bulk of the cards we're going to be playing with. As always, if you want the full deck list, check out the end of the video and we'll talk about updates from the games that we play. And if you want to just get it to download, down in the description below, just look for the arrows. And if you haven't, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, because man, especially the likes, that helps so very much. But otherwise, go enjoy these games, and I'll catch up with you on the back end of the video. Ooh, man, these lands are just barely off of being what we want. Okay, let's keep it though. I think we play this, so we at least have an untapped red if we need it. Alright, then I guess we play this, because we're not getting anything else out of it. And then we're just going to go Fable. And here comes a cut down. No, was not a cut down. Sweet. Usually there is one. I was about to say, this was going to get kind of interesting what we were going to do with all that mana, so Ooh, a Flame Blast Bolt. What does this hand... Oh, my goodness. Alright, so if we get rid of Teachings and... I mean, might just be Teachings and that's it. I kind of want the others. Honestly. So if we attack, we could play Nissa. Alright. I think that's what we want to do. Let's attack. Because then we can play Nissa, play a land, get red mana, Flame Blast Bolt that, and then have a treasure and a land to untap to use Make Disappear, I think, is what we want. But the opponent didn't go for that, so that leaves the other option that we could just straight up Borborymos and Fibblethip. I mean, it's an option. Don't know how bad we want to go for it, but I'm going to say no. Not yet. And I'm just going to play this tapped, or untapped, but treasure-wise, do we get red mana? Do I want to Flame Blast Bolt the opponent? I think so. Oh, can we not? Target creature or planeswalker. Oops. Alright, end the turn. I mean, either way, we're still going to have to crack the treasure to use a Make Disappear, so that's fine. Relic of Legends. Do we care that they have that? I'm going to assume no. And we'd rather try to save this to stop like a Joda, because that's probably the real issue incoming. Like, Joda feels much scarier than anything else that's going to happen here. Yeah, you can have that. Keeps us from getting any damage through, but that's fine. That's all situations we can live with. And a Bank Buster. How do we feel about a Bank Buster? We can attack. They could block. But then if we use Elder Dragon War, we kill our own stuff. We could... We would have a treasure, so we could Bankbuster, shoot something, still leave up, Make Disappear. That's not awful. Alright, let's see if that works. And then we're just going to have to hope that the Cyclopses can hang on to hold the fort down. I think that's just where we're going to be at. If we had a land, we would have been able to do this and still leave up Make Disappear, which would have been kind of cool. But unfortunately, that is not where we're at. Yeah, that's fine. I think we'll go ahead and shoot Melira. Like, they can sack it so it ends up in the yard instead of getting exiled. Oh, wait, they're going to protect it? Undying Malice. Sure, you got it. Oh, wait, that gets exiled. It doesn't even go to the yard, so Undying Malice doesn't do anything. Look at that. In the turn. Jace. Wow, this is an interesting mix of cards. I don't know what's going on right now. I don't know if I need to be stopping Jace, actually. I feel like I do. But, like, do we? Like, I am truly at a loss. Worst case scenario, we make a dragon. I guess Jace gets to stick. I don't know. Yeah, opponent's deck is all over the place. This is weird. That turns a planeswalker into however big equal to whatever, right? We can't deal with that if that happens, sadly. Like, we just can't right now. Alright, didn't want to do that, but I don't know. I thought we were going to be playing around like Jodas and stuff. This apparently isn't a... Like, it's playing Relic of Legends, but this may not really be a legendary creature deck. Which is damn interesting. But yeah, wow. I mean, that's all I can say here is wow. I don't know what's happening. Alright, so let's get a red mana. We can play this and go straight to dragons. Right? And then use that to crew the Bankbuster, copy a dragon, send both into Jace. Alright, I guess we can live with that. And then worst case scenario, if something goes weird, we have the big guys. Alright. We'll crew with this dragon. We will copy a dragon. And then we will send all the eligible pieces at Jace. And the opponent can decide how important it is to keep Jace alive or not. Uh-oh. So they got mana. Okay, I thought they were going to bounce something or whatever. Interesting. Okay. Well, if there's a sweeper, we still have Bankbuster. We still have Borgmarigmos and Fibblethip. So, this is... Like, and I'm going to openly admit, like, I'm probably not playing this game efficiently because I don't know what... Like, I was originally playing with the idea of, like, oh, okay, we're going to have to play around some of these big legends. Seeing as I was like Melira, Scrap Gorger, and Relic of Legends. But then opponent immediately started playing other cards that don't fit that scheme. Okay, another Jace. We're not too concerned about that, though. Okay, sure. Alright, so I guess their plan has just been to attack or kill us with Jaces the whole time. Since they had another... Like, they're really on this whole Luxior plan, it seems like. It becomes... Is a creature in addition to its other type, it can still be activated. Alright, sure. I mean, I guess it is what it is. Yeah. We'll get blue, just so we don't have to blow up the treasure. Wow, that's nifty. We will, accrue with this. And I'm assuming we copy a dragon, makes a 4/4, not a 1/4. Yep, that's what I thought. And, yeah, we're just gonna attack, attack, attack. Because why not? Alright, opponent goes to 4. I'm not sure how we lose this one, especially with Titan being able to kill a Luxior next turn. Opponent's deck is very interesting, I will say that. I just had no idea. Okay, there's another Melira. Which is kind of cool when you think about it now, because Melira can be sacrificed to protect Jace. Because Jace is now a creature and not a planeswalker, which is... Wait, you didn't... Why? Oh, so we minus Jace for X, and then Jace comes back. Alright, I see what you're doing. Okay, this is kind of interesting. I'm into it. Now I see why they want Jace to be a creature so bad, why they're playing so many Luxiors. And now the Jace comes back, you get to minus make Jace a 6 or whatever. Or plus. And then... Okay, yeah, the game's over anyway. They're not going to be able to mill us for enough. We still have 19 cards. That's cool, though. I mean, I got to give the opponent credit. That is not something I've seen before. I don't know what to do with this. I guess we're keeping it. But man, this one's one that doesn't feel like it does anything. I feel like I'm supposed to mulligan this hand, actually. I might have rushed that keep a little too quick. Because this really feels kind of weak. Kind of pedestrian, if you will. Alright. But they didn't do much, so I mean, I guess we're kind of okay. Opponent's still not doing anything. Okay. I guess we just play this, because I don't know what's going on at the moment. I'm going to pass. I kind of don't want to be down on Make Disappears here, if we don't have to be. Elder Dragon War. I kind of feel like we just let the opponent do their thing. If they get a dragon, we'll just return the dragon to their hand. Oh, they're going to discard how many cards they want to get rid of. Oh, a lot. So are we doing... Oh, we're doing Reanimator Kami things. Ooh. Okay. Well, maybe we need to hold on to this Otawara after all. Well... Okay, then. That's a thing that happened. Alright, good news is we can bounce a dragon, so that's not super scary. Another Elder Dragon War. Alright, sure, you got it. I mean, this just means we have to play super patient, but it's not really worth us worrying about. Alright. We have our own Elder Dragon War. I don't think that's really what we're in the market for right now, though. I mean, having a dragon's nice, but it's not really what we're trying to do. And here now, if we... 1, 2, 3... If we just keep the Otawara, we can just play a Titan next turn. Wow, they are really just ditching stuff here. Fortunately, we haven't had to use either Make Disappear. And they don't have enough white if they've got other Brilliant Restorations in their hand. What is this thing? Creatures you control get minus... Don't control. If you have 1 or fewer cards in your hand, draw 4. Exile the Saga, return it. What's the backside? +1 for each card in your hand? I mean, do we even care? Like, sure, I guess you get it. I don't know. Like, that's such a weird card. I'm going to get rid of this because I don't think it does much for us at this stage. Yeah, we're going to attack and get a treasure at least. And then, I mean, we could leave up 2 Make Disappears here. I guess that's probably the smartest thing. And I'm just going to play this into play tapped. No need to really rush anything else here. Especially since we could get Titan and something next turn, maybe. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, and a land would be 9, so that's not bad. We might just bounce a 4/4 here. Could be reasonable. Circuit Mender, you got it. Man, we're running into some weird decks. This is fun and it's interesting, just weird decks. Another Elder Dragon War, really? This time I kind of want to hold on to my things, so sure. You got me to spend some mana this time. And the opponent concedes. Yeah, it's a weird concession. I wonder why. They just didn't get their Reanimator spells, I guess? Because obviously it's a Reanimator deck of some kind, right? It's a bunch of stuff in the graveyard, things that are cycling your hand. There's a Brilliant Restoration. Colossus. Yeah, this... Okay. I don't know. And you have this, too, which could have been extra cards next turn, I suppose. Yeah, interesting. I don't know. I mean, we were probably going to try to go for Titan there. And then just hold on to the Otawara. If they have something that can reanimate a thing, we just bounce whatever gets reanimated. And then try to go off. Might have been our best bet. But yeah. So, I mean, we're probably still in an okay position. We're just a little bit surprised to see the opponent concede there. Wow. Boy, what are we looking to do here? This goes and gets Forest or Plains. I guess we keep it. Like one of those ones where you feel like, it's not bad enough to get rid of, but not good enough to feel like you're going to have a good game. That's cute, but I think we're just going to go with this. And then just give us multiple options next turn. Yep, you have an underdog. Well, that changes things. Alright. In case we need to make disappear something silly. Yep, you got it. Flame Bless Bolt this duder so he gets exiled. And we're not going to do a whole lot here. I think we play this just so we go get the land right now. And we'll go get one of those islands. And pass the turn. Well, can't counter that guy, huh? That's a problem. Well, that's going to eat us alive for sure. And this is going to be entirely too slow. Yep. Think we're dead. I say that. Maybe there's a world we gain enough life off Titanias that ends up not mattering. All right. We go first. No blue mana. But you know what? Why not? I'm going to have faith that we will find some blue mana. Now, do we have time? Well, okay, that finds blue mana. Actually, yeah, that is the one. All right, let's go with this. This is cute, too, because we can kind of guarantee we have lands in the graveyard. They may not let us keep our Deuter. Okay, they did, though. Nice of them. They didn't have to. What do we do here? I think we... if we bounce that, is there any real value in that? Probably not. I think I'm just going to do this and leave the mana up in case we want it. Though, going for Slowgurk here is probably cool, too. Risk it for the biscuit. Here we go. I have no idea if this is what the opponent wants to do or not. If they play something that wrecks us, so be it. I gambled and I'll lose. If not, though, I was going to say, if not, we're in an alright spot here. Alright, so we can do this. And then that'll put a counter on Slowgurk. We can go get an island because we need another blue source. And then attack. Sweet, and we're going to get to connect with the Wayfinder, it looks like. Love that. Playing Chrome Sharks. Okay. Man, people are bringing the creativity today for sure. That can... Oh, we have Slowgurk, though. That can just stay on top. Yeah, okay. They're going to give that to us. That was a really good start, because we were going to get to keep this on top, possibly flip some number of lands next turn for Slowgurk. Actually, it doesn't even matter, because we're going to shuffle that away. Because I'm just going to get the hideout back. That puts another counter on Slowgurk. We also get a forest. Opponent likely doesn't resolve anything that turn, because we have Make Disappear up. And then possibly Borgwarigmos if we wanted to, and still have a Fading Hope, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. That land would have been 5. This is 6. So yeah, we could have done that and still kept a Fading Hope to protect a creature. Wow. That's so interesting. Man, that's not the start you expect to have, but nice when it happens. Alright, let's try. Let's try. Only because there is a possibility that if we get like an untapped red source, maybe we can get a blocker out of the way for the Wayfinder, but a little bit of grasping at straws action going on. But we'll see. Or maybe we pick up like a Make Disappear and then we can keep a blocker out of the way. Okay, well, blocker ends up not being a concern here, so that's kind of nice. Okay, so we'll have at least one... Wait, what? Oh, because this only gets forests and islands. Wait, I have... Oh, the other island's in play already. Oops. That's a thing. Yeah, we'll put that in the yard and get that back. Get this. And play this. Alright. So kind of trying to piece something together here. But we lost a lot of value there in that Slowgurk. Oh, whatever we put a counter on is probably just going to die here, huh? Let's put it here. Let's attack. Could have played Nissa first if I was really enterprising, but I don't know. I feel like the opponent's... yeah, we definitely don't want that. Opponent's just going to get us the other way. So let's go ahead and just play a Copperline Gorge. I really, really, really want to play a Nissa here, but I'm not gonna. Mostly because if there's, like, Depopulate or whatever, like, it just feels bad. Alright, well, that's a thing, I suppose. I guess we're attacking. Wandering Emperor, I'm assuming. No, not even a Wandering Emperor. Wow. And why are we drawing all these teachings? Sure. I was not expecting this to go the way that it did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be 7, so we'd have a Titan. Okay, I guess. I mean, I guess we just end the turn. Like, I kind of want to play Nissa, but, like, the opponent has to have something, right? Oh, they just weirdly slow-rolled playing the Wandering Emperor for some reason. Okay, sure. I mean, I guess I could have got away with playing Nissa. Who knew? Alright. I assume there may have been a sweeper coming. Apparently, I was wrong. Oh, are they going to deal with our Kirin-touched Urochi? That's not a bad backup plan here. Let's attack. Remove a non... You know what? Here, I'm just going to take the... Ooh. Yeah, it's fine. We're not getting that back anyway. Seeing what the opponent wants to do here. We will try this. Likely getting countered, but, you know. Fair enough. Negate. Sure. And do we go ahead and Nissa up? Not sure how I feel about this. We just let it go. They get a card here. That's fine. We didn't get our make disappears of our own. Which you kind of need sometimes. But who knows? I don't know. Maybe their hand's all counter spells. I got no clue.
Run away. You'll be safer.
Alright. I'll get rid of this.
I'm never done for good. My judgment is final.
Cute. Non-creatures, because that's all that's there. Question, is it just more negates? Let's find out. No, not just more negates. Alright, now I'll play this, because I don't feel like I'm losing as much value if they have a sweeper, because now we can get cards off a Bankbuster, we can play our own Titan. I mean, even some value in the fact that if they Bankbuster here, they also lose their own creatures. It's whatever. Alright. And this is where it finally happens. Eternal Wanderer. Sure, why not? We end up with the 1/1 here, I guess. Do. Draw. Yeah, these are the decks that just like your opponent's not really doing anything, so you're kind of just like twiddling your thumbs. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Alright, I guess I'll do it now. Get rid of their Buster. Put a shield on our Titan. I don't know if that really does much, honestly. But sure. Destroy that. Put a shield here. Crew the Bankbuster. Attack both of these into... Oh, I can't attack both of them into it because it's silly like that. Okay. I mean, probably a farewell here. Since they have nothing left on the board and we do. Invasion for 6 duders. Okay, that's a thing that happened. Yeah, but opponent is at 8 here. So that's also real. Alright, let's attack. I mean, we still have trample, so, you know. And I think I'm going to dig and see if we could find... Oh, I should have went for the Elder Dragon War as an option first. Okay. That would have been smarter. Okay, well, it wasn't on top anyway, so we didn't miss out too much, but we could have, is the fact of the matter there. Alright. Try to make us some blockers. Okay. Is our Titan dead? Titan is not dead just yet. Let's see, did we find what we're looking for here? We did not. Oh my goodness, there's so many lands. Oh, that's tough. That is tough. We just didn't draw much of anything here, did we? Ugh. Wow. Alright. Titan gone. Tap some dudes, sure. Just getting countered? Of course it is. Alright, good news is Teferi just pumps the front half of things and not the back half. But if they do have a negate, it's not going to matter anyway. Interesting they didn't attack us with all the vigilance things. I mean, I'm going to assume their hand's just counter spells. They're just looking for one here that's going to get us dead one way or the other. Oh, yeah, they're discarding counters. We're totally dead, right? Unless maybe they only got rid of that because we have so much mana. But it feels like we're dead. Huh. Does this do anything for us? I mean, I guess we'll try. I mean, we give it haste and trample, but I can't imagine this works. I mean, like, we're just gonna give it the old college try, you know? Alright, give it haste and trample. Crew the Buster. Opponent says GG. Alright, we got out of it somehow. Wow. We drew so poorly. I'm so surprised we were able to win that one. Wow. Wow, this is why, like, Magic's just weird sometimes, man. Like, opponent got Sweeper, a bunch of quality counters, got all the value off the Bank Buster, got a billion dudes. Somehow, 2 big Tramplers was all it took. Okay, we go first, and unfortunately, this Argot's going to come to play tap, so, yeah. I think what's interesting here is we could, like, Deep Root Wayfinder... See if maybe it sticks. And then some combination of, like, Teachings, Fading Hope. But, like, this is obviously eating a Lightning Strike here, so that's fine. So let's see if we can find an untapped green land. That would be sweet. That works. Let's go with this first. Mostly because it just has a bigger backside. It's harder to kill. Brass Forge. Don't mind seeing that. A lot of people like playing that card in some of those builds, but I think playing some red decks myself, not the way I'd normally want to go. Only have one blue source here, so that's a little tough, but I think we still just do this, and then next turn, see if we can get some value off of Teachings, maybe putting some stuff in the graveyard, and have a backup Fading Hope. Being at 17 is not bad here, though. I mean, they could play Mechanized Warfare, which would kind of suck a little bit. No, double Brass Forge. That's a thing. I'm probably blocking with Slowkirk, because I'm like, if Slowkirk does something, I mean, like, it's fine, I guess. But this is why having that 4 toughness is such a big deal here. Like, it just makes that such a bad attack. Matter of fact, I might just double block this. Nah, we're not. We're not. We're just going to do this. I think we're mostly okay, all things considered. Especially if we end up flipping some lands into the yard here. Could be pretty nice, because we get extra life off of Titania. We did flip a land, so that's something. Ooh, for a minute there, we almost missed. That was about to be real gross. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do this. Give us a chance of getting lands back as well. I'm going to go ahead and attack with this. And we can eat some damage off of these Urbrass Forge here, I think. Reckless Impulse. That's going to let you grow your Swift Spear with another Impulse and a Swift Spear. Cool. Alright. So if we can survive this turn, we get a bunch of like life gain value here. By attacking with the Wayfinder. Wayfinder can get a land into play. Land can search and search. So not a bad situation overall. Those do trample, so I'm not even going to bother with that mess. We are going to just take 6, go to 11. They do have a Squee, though, which kind of have to keep our eye on, because there's going to be Squee plus this dude, which is not great for us. I'm going to turn Titania into... I'm going to go with this, because we know we're going to grow the Slowkirk here. And we have a Fading Hope, so that's mostly fine. Those are going to be a 4, 7. We can bounce a thing. I'm trying to think how much damage we could get away with attacking here is my issue, because we're going to gain some life too. But maybe just these, because the 1/1's not doing anything. I mean, not really. Yeah, that can go in the graveyard. And then we'll get this back. So there's going to be a lot of triggers happening here. And, yeah, those all sound good. We'll get another forest, I guess. And then, opponent's at 13, we're at 16. We have a big blocker, so we're not worried about that. We have a Fading Hope. We could put some things in the yard. Question is, can we survive without the Fading Hope? I don't think we can. I mean, we can, but it's risky. And it's an unnecessary risk here. Alright, you've got Squee. What else do you have? Nothing else? Okay, that's actually fine, I guess. We pass, we block. That'd be 7, 8, 9, 10. Opponent's got 2 cards in hand. I kind of want to take a chance on killing Swifter, but if they have removal or something, it's probably not going to matter. Probably do this and... that's more damage, though. But we can always bounce the Swift Spear, I guess. So yeah, this is probably fine. We'll go with this. If they try to pump something, we can bounce whatever they pump. They're just passing here. Interesting. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can we kill them next turn? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, plus 1 or 2. Yeah, maybe. Alright. I mean, I guess. I'm trying to figure out how this goes badly for us. Ah, that still doesn't kill us, though. We go to 3, right? I mean, I guess you could kill Titania? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'd have to find another land to put into the yard. I mean, I guess we could try to get lucky off that. Do we bounce the Titania is the other question. Ugh. No, we don't. Alright. We just gamble. That's what we're doing. We're at 3. That does not help. Okay, that's bad. That is not what we wanted to see here. So, we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We would only be flipping 3 cards. So we'd have to have them all hit. So that wouldn't work. That's not viable. So I think we play Titania. Opponent can play Squee again. So that's a thing. We attack with just the Wayfinder, because we know that can generate some amount of life. Minimum. Don't need that. We can get this back. So that gives us a minimum amount of life here to stay alive. Yeah, we'll just get the other forest. Play a land. And then somehow hope we don't die here. We still might be dead. I think there's a lot of ways we do die. But our creatures are sizable for the time being. And with the opponent being at 10, maybe we can kill them. We have safe blocks to Squee. All the actual creatures we have safe blocks to. We can block the bigger of the Urbrass Forge and not take the trample damage. So that's fine. So, like, mostly okay here. But it is a lot. I mean, I think we do. If they have a burn spell, though, we're dead anyway. So that's kind of the other half of everything here, right? If they got it, they got it. Prevent the trample, block 2, take 4. If they got it, we're dead. That's kind of it in a nutshell. Alright, GG's. I mean, if you got it, you got it. I mean, we can't do nothing about it. I mean, that's not true. We still have a Fading Hope. Alright. So, then we'll go ahead and bounce. I guess I could have bounced one of the 5s. Would have been the thing. Yeah, alright. We'll just bounce Squee, I guess. It's the biggest thing getting through. And they can't recast it. Alright. Held on to the Fading Hope long enough. Yeah, opponent says GG. Alright, cool. Yeah, ultimately the way that worked, I really should have just used the Fading Hope on the bigger of the Urbrass Forge stuff, and then just move creatures over to other things. Would have still been at roughly the same life, but would have kept more of our creatures in case that was some other type of burn spell or something. But yeah, overall, it didn't really matter. Deck worked out. The interaction of the Wayfinder, Slowkirk, and Titania was awesome. But yeah, that was a grindy one against a red deck, which you don't get too often. Sure? Like, this feels oddly like a weird mid-rangey draw. Not really what we're used to. But let's see if it works out. If they're playing the right things, we would get to kill some stuff here early and try to make a little bit of a play for ourselves. Otherwise, I think we're just going to be playing a Bank Buster. I still don't understand this weird little Phyrexian Might. That it, like, the butt lights up and then he, like, rubs his teeth. It's so weird, man. Creepy. Nothing in Phyrexia makes a lot of sense. And everything's got, like, a billion teeth. Which is weird, because it's teeth that are, like, strictly for destruction. Because they don't need to eat for sustenance, because they're, like, metal or whatever. Alright, what are we doing? You got a Harvester. Sounds good. What do we want to do here? We could play this, leave our mana open. Like, yeah, let's do that. Probably smarter. Go get a Foresta. Pass the turn. This lets us counter something, exile a Harvester if we need to. A few different options available here. Just draw a card with the Buster. Okay. Looks to be attacking. I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of it. Alright, nothing too special came of that. I guess we'll try to play Teachings. I mean, we drew plenty of mana here. Now we just gotta find some actual threats. Like, find the cards the deck is built around. Ooh, there goes a Titan. That hurts. Don't love that at all. Wow, we're gonna go for a throw to a little bitty 1/1. Look at that. In the turn. Alright, well, I know what's going on here. We're gonna get rid of that, then have to deal with losing a bunch of cards to an Invoke Despair, but, you know, that's current Magic. What are you gonna do? Let's draw now to see if we find something. I mean, I guess if they have an Invoke Despair, it's bad, but we lose less stuff to it. Sure. I mean, we still lose life, but we're giving up less cards. Alright, here comes Invoke Despair. Because it's always Invoke Despair. Silly magic card. We'll return some lands. Get the little value we can get. Let's go ahead. Thin that deck out. See if we can find something good along the way. And we'll just pass. We're not doing anything else. Probably get hit with another Invoke Despair. I know. And looking at our builds, probably, what are we even doing? Alright, cool. You get that. Got rid of a slow card. That makes sense. Alright, another teaching. Sure. Not the cards we're looking for, let me tell you. Wow. Alright, I'm assuming they've got removals, so I'm not sure what we're even trying to draw to here, but that was not it. I can tell you that much. We're gonna kill our token. I mean, at this rate, we're just gonna be flipping good stuff into the yard, because, I mean, we're not drawing it. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of it, I guess. Sure, you got it. Works for me. Chandra. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Not much we can do about that.
Tyrants like you is kind of my thing.
So I just want to do a 1/1 here. Okay.
You're toast.
Sure. Do we bounce that? Because I'm like, there's no way we really... Actually, that's not true. We do bounce that, because if we find a creature that can crew the Buster, we can still kill that. Though, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Even if it was Titan, we'd still be able to do that with the Fading Hope. So I guess we don't waste this. Though we could just bounce Chandra, I guess. But that's not any better. And we didn't find a creature anyway. Oh, gosh. How brutal. How brutal. We just did nothing here. We did a whole lot of nothing. That's very disappointing. Yeah. That's terrible. We just passed. Wow, that sucks. We're doing a whole lot of nothing. And now, with them having mana up, I mean, getting a creature to crew the Bankbuster doesn't even help us, because they can just kill 2 things now with 1 spell. Yep, we don't have a counter. Alright, I'm just going to give the opponent that one. Our hand's worthless at that point. Ah, gross. Mulligan? That feels a little bit better, even though everything costs 3. Alright, guess we get rid of one of those. Not the best feeling thing in the world, but we'll see what happens. Maybe we can find one of our 2 mana things. We have quite a few. That was not one of them. That's very sad. Alright. What gets to die? Okay, hey, there wasn't a removal spell, no cut down. I mean, alright. Probably means there's a Liliana. No, there's a Thran Spider. That's a choice. I don't think we get rid of Kogla for obvious reasons. This is obviously an artifact deck of some kind. Can we just not get rid of anything here? Maybe Otawara, just to try to dig for something a little bit better? Titan. I mean, that's almost qualifies as a little bit better. I mean, we could do this, get rid of that, draw a card. Alright. Probably not the best thing, but it at least gets us treasure so we can get to where we can Titan. Possibly. I mean, I'm just trying to, like, give ourselves potential outs. Like, what can a future potentially look like for us? Sort of what I'm thinking about here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 6 if we attack, so that's not quite enough. I guess we do this. Play that tapped. I'm going to go ahead and use the treasure. It's not great for us, I know, but... Okay, that helps Slowkirk a bit. And then we just pass. And then hope they don't play like big 8/8 guy or something here. Well, that's going to kill Slowkirk, so there's that. But we get to keep our reflection, which isn't bad, and we get lands back, so sure. And they're great utility lands here. That's the other thing. So, put that here so it won't die when we attack. And then we have, like, real situation here, right? Because we could kill that. Because this currently they have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we kill it, that's 1 less. So that's a thing. Question is, how much do we care? We could just play Titan, too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can use this mana for other things that aren't actually casting spells as well. So, that's also a thing. So let's do that. Opponent blocks. We cast Titan. We destroy an artifact. Put a shield counter on our Duder. And maybe during their... Maybe we just do that now? Destroy artifacts. Make a 4/4. Just kill their mana here. Alright. Karn. You do have a Karn, but we can just kill a Karn because he's an artifact. Doesn't have indestructible or anything, right? Nope. Alright, well. Kill a Karn. Destroy Karn, make a 4/4. Play a land. Play Slowkirk. Attack for lots many. Yeah, they trample, so that's got to be it, right? Yeah. I mean, I guess we could just bounce their blocker, too, so it wouldn't even matter. There was a lot of things we could do there. I was just clicking too fast. Yeah, didn't really matter, but still, it could have. So yeah, this was interesting. I feel like, you know, the Deeper Wayfinder did a little bit of work for us. I don't mind. Teaching of Karen is kind of a weird card, right? Because we want to play it because we're playing stuff like Titania, Slowkirk, whatever. But the other part of that is it's also not doing a ton for us, really helping us ramp or whatever. So there's that. And I kind of would want to ramp a little more with this deck, but you kind of also need something on turn 2, right? Because we don't have a ton. We've got Wayfinders, Kieran, Bankbuster, and then some removal or whatever is kind of it. So yeah, this is a tough one. I feel like when we got the draws, things were cool. When we didn't, it was bad. Maybe we could cut, how many creatures are we even playing? We're playing 14, but we do have, like, Teachings and Bankbuster or whatever, Fables. So those are all pseudo creatures. It's interesting, though, because maybe we cut a Borgmrigmos to play another Elder Dragon War, because I felt like we were kind of in that space a lot of times. We are playing a lot of lands here. We've got 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 at Sokinzen, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. We have 27 lands, so we should find plenty of land to work with all of our cards and do the things we want to do. Nissa was alright. I mean, sometimes Nissa really did help smooth our mana out, which was kind of cool. But we still needed to hit our big cards. The thing is, we have a Titan, a Tali, Kogla, Borgmrigmos. That's fine, but it wasn't enough, I think. We needed something else. Some other Planeswalker, some other dragon, you know, just some other big creature. So I think if you were willing to cut like one Teachings or one Nissa or whatever to get you into a spot to play one of those other big cards, I think that would help the deck out quite a bit, because it just needs something else you can draw into for all that mana. That said, we've got 2 Fading Hope, 3 Flame Blast Bolts, 3 Make Disappear, 2 Deeproot Wayfinder, 4 Teachings, 2 Bankbuster, 4 Fable, 2 Nissa, 2 Titania, 3 Slowkirk, 3 Elder Dragon War now, 1 Borgmrigmos, 1 Kogla and Yudaro, 1 Atali, 1 Titan of Industry. Then we have an island, 2 Water, 2 Mountain, 1 Sokinzen, 2 Argoth, 1 Beseju, 2 Forest, 2 Stormcarved Coast, 2 Copperline Gorge, 1 Carplusion Forest, 3 Rockfall Vale, a Dreamroot Cascade, 2 Yavimaya Coast, 1 each of Broker's Hideout, Cabaret Courtyard, and Maestro's Theater. Another thing I would point out here, too, is we weren't really flipping Titania. She was mostly gaining life for us more than anything else, so maybe not. We need Argoth. I don't really know. You know, maybe we cut a land just to play another Borgmrigmos. It's tough. I mean, it's hard to figure this one out, I think. Yeah, this one's tough, because I wanted some of the cards to be better than they were, and I think because of where we are in Standard, like, there's just not quite enough value on each of these cards. Like, don't get me wrong, I think Slowgurk is great, especially if you can get Slowgurk, then get a couple things in the graveyard or whatever, and you get it up to a 5/5 or 6/6. Works out great. You know, if you get Slowgurk plus Titania, that can be a lot of life. So there's like some fun interactions. But the problem is you kind of have to have combinations of cards. Now, there's a bunch of different combinations of cards that can work in the deck to do stuff, but I think on an individual one-to-one basis, the cards themselves are not that strong. And I think that's kind of the shortcomings for this deck. And it's almost the way you kind of have to think about in current Magic, which unfortunately leaves a lot of cards going unplayed, because you have stuff like Cut Down being an example, right? A 1-mana thing that devalues pretty much any 3-mana 2/3 that might have a cool ability and do something really neat, but your opponent can easily just leave mana on it, kill it, and they don't lose any tempo doing what they're trying to do. And I think this deck sort of falls in that category, is you lose 1 or 2 cards to a removal, and then things start to kind of fall apart a little bit. That said, really did well playing it on the play queue. So if you're just looking to get your dailies in and play some fun games, like we did very well there, but honestly, it was a little under 50% playing on the ladder. So it's not the deck you're going to want to play the ladder with by any stretch, and it's just going to be underpowered compared to a lot of other things. Matter of fact, I would say if you're going to play this, probably play it more as a traditional ramp deck than trying to do all the graveyard land Slowkirk things, truthfully. You'd be better off just ramping up and casting really big creatures that are just individually better with way more value attached to them. But now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Lotus Cobra. Mostly because Lotus Cobra is almost like a value card now if you want to play with one. They're only like $3 or $4 in most places, which is cool, because you want to pick one up and add it to a commander deck, or you're playing some deck that has a bunch of lands that enter the battlefield, or you want to do something with some of the other variations of Titania. This is a great addition to something like that, or a landfall deck of some kind. Like, this would be great. And it's a kind of card that goes overlooked a lot of times in these 100 card formats, because it's not big and flashy, but it's flashy stuff actually hit and do something cool whenever you actually get those cards. Now, if you do like playing fun and quirky decks and you want one that has a little more staying power on the ladder, check out this Incubating Elves decks we have, because it actually did really well, surprisingly. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.